Country Cookin. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we're going to be making Drag It Through the Garden potato soup, a Coke roast, autumn fruit salad with Greek yogurt dressing, and pecan supremes. So I'm going to get the roast going in the crock pot. I have a beef roast here, and we're going to combine a can of Coke, a can of golden mushroom soup, and a packet of onion soup mix. And what I like to do is to just sprinkle a little bit of the onion soup in the bottom, and then I put the roast in, and then we'll combine the rest of these ingredients. This is a recipe that you can use for sandwiches, or you can use it actually for a meal. And if you're going to use it for a meal, I would not cook it quite as long. And depending on how soon you want it done, if you are going to go to work in the morning and let it cook all day, then you can cook it on low. If you're going to be putting it on later in the morning, then you're going to want to put it on high. But if you're going to be serving it as a dinner and slicing it like with mashed potatoes and gravy or something like that, then I would not cook it quite as long, so that when you slice it, it slices rather than pulls apart. But I'm making sandwiches with it today so that it goes with the soup. So we're going to let it cook for quite a while. Whisk your ingredients together and pour it over the roast, and that's all there is to it. And then we're going to put on the lid, and we'll plug it in, and we'll get it going. Okay, now for the Drag It Through the Garden potato soup. This is a recipe that gives you quite a bit of freedom, but we're going to start out with a half cup of butter, and we're going to saute a yellow onion in there until it gets fairly tender, not mushy. And I have peeled, cut, and diced 8 potatoes, and as soon as the onions get tender, we're going to throw the potatoes right on top of them and fill the kettle with enough water to cover the potatoes. So we'll get that going here. And I'm going to just quick take a break, clean up. We'll be right back.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
Okay, the onions are tender, so we're going to pour in the 8 potatoes that I have peeled and diced. And then we're going to put enough water in the kettle to cover the potatoes. And then we're going to let them cook until they're tender. And then we'll get started on the pecan supremes. This is a pecan cookie with chocolate chips in it, and I think you'll really like it. It's really a good cookie. As a matter of fact, my brother-in-law said he's a connoisseur of cookies, and he said it's probably the best one he's ever had. So anyway, so we are going to combine 2 cups of flour with a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and in a large bowl we're going to combine our sugar. We've got 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar, and we've got 3/4 cup of white sugar. So I'm going to combine that. Now remember, if you want a copy of any of these recipes, you can go to the Valley website and you'll find the Country Cookin' Cow. You click on that, you'll find the recipes. If you don't have internet and you would like a copy of any of these recipes, give the girls at Valley a call. They'll be happy to get you a copy. I'm going to add actually 1 cup of softened butter, and this is salted butter. Okay, I'm going to finish my dry ingredients and grab a whisk. I have 3/4 cup of quick cooking oats. So we'll blend this together. I have 2 eggs, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla, okay. We'll mix in our dry ingredients. Okay, now we're going to stir in a cup of chopped pecans and a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to set my oven at 300. Now, there are a lot of choppers on the market. Pampered Chef makes a couple really nice ones. This is a DeMarl chopper that I have a cup of pecans in here, and I'm going to chop my pecans in here. Oops, off the filter here. Got it off the thing. We're going to dump those in. And the cup of chocolate chips. Stir those in. Okay, so your dough looks like that. I'm going to quick clean up. I'll get my cookie sheets out and we'll get ready to put these in the oven. Be right back.
Get 3 months free access on all lines plus a new 4G smartphone for only $4.99 a month. 2 great offers with Valley Cellular. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to take advantage of this great deal.
Okay, the potatoes are just about tender, so we're going to start finishing the soup. I have a half cup of flour and I have 4 cups of, you can use a combination of half and half and milk. I actually have 3 cups of half and half and 1 cup of milk. It says to put the flour and the half and half in a jar and shake it, but I think it's just easier when you're talking about 4 cups to just whisk it together. And I'm going to add it to the soup. And then some of the things that I'm adding to the soup, it's called Drag It Through the Garden, so if you still have anything left from your garden, I've shredded a zucchini and I've shredded a few carrots. I've got 10 ounces of peas, I've got some green beans that I have left over from my garden, and I've got 3 tablespoons of parsley if you have fresh. If you're using dried parsley, use 1 tablespoon. I fried up a pound of bacon. It says to only use like 4 strips or whatever, but everything's better with a lot of bacon, so I use a lot of bacon. But for those of you who know my husband, don't ever tell him that I have zucchini in the soup, because he thinks the soup is awesome and he thinks he hates zucchini. But it makes a really nice, it gives it a little bit of color, it gives it a real nice flavor, and so we're going to start stirring everything in, let those vegetables tender up a little bit. And you can use your imagination too. If there's something you have in your garden that you want to add to it, you can even add mushrooms if you like. And it has such a nice color with the green and the orange. I'm going to wait and add the bacon I have fried crisp and crumbled. I'm going to wait and add that then once the soup cooks down a little bit. So I'm going to quick do a few dishes and then we'll get started on the autumn salad. Be right back.
Faster than fast internet is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
All right, I've got a couple of the trays of cookies out. We've got them on the rack to cool. We're going to season the soup now. I'm going to start with like a teaspoon of salt, and remember you can always add more, can't take it out, so err on the side of caution again with that. I'm going to use just a scant teaspoon of pepper too. That's a big kettle of soup. Stir that in, and then I'll toss the bacon in, and the soup is essentially ready to go now. I've got the heat turned down so it just simmers and blends all the flavors and everything's getting nice and tender. We're going to throw together the salad. I have 2 apples, and the recipe calls for Honeycrisp or Pink Lady. I found Pink Lady in the store. 2 Bartlett pears. You core them and dice them. A cup of red grapes halved. Give that a little bit of a toss to mix. And a 1/3 cup of coarsely chopped pecans. And now we'll combine our dressing ingredients. We have a 1/3 cup of Greek yogurt. Remember, if you want a copy of any of these recipes, if you don't have internet, give the Girls of Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you with a copy. And if you do have internet, just go to the Valley website. That is 2 teaspoons of lemon zest that I've added there. This is cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon. Half teaspoon of nutmeg. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to squeeze a little lemon juice out of the lemon that we zested here. And I want a teaspoon. A teaspoon or is it a tablespoon? Tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. And 2 tablespoons of actual true maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, you can substitute honey for that. Stop and put your lid on, you don't want to spill. Now this salad you don't want to prepare ahead of time because your apples and everything are going to start to color. So when you toss it, you pretty much want to serve it right away. This will be a nice complement to the meal because it gives you just a little something sweet to go along with the soup and with the sandwich. So I'm going to clean up. We'll be right back, and then we'll get the roast out, and we're just about ready to eat. Be right back.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Okay, everything's ready. We're going to dish the soup. This is a nice fall salad. It smells so good with the cinnamon and the nutmeg. Now, depending on who you're serving the sandwich to, they may want ketchup, mustard, something on it. I would just serve the barbecue sauce on the side. And there you have it. We've got our Drag It Through the Garden potato soup, our Coke roast sandwiches, autumn fruit salad with Greek yogurt dressing, and our pecan supreme cookies. Thanks for joining us on this segment of Country Cookin'. We hope to see you next time.